A detective of the occult gets a comic book release. Here's your look at the Funko Previews exclusive Comic Book Day Constantine pop vinyl figure. Free Comic Book Day was on Saturday, May 4th, 2019. The Funko Previews exclusive Constantine was limited to 20,000 copies worldwide. Now we're going to go ahead and measure off Constantine using the Ultra Measuretron 5000. Now my comic book shop here is in Canada, so we're going to do something a little bit different this time. Representing the Canadian culture, we're going to start with centimeters this time around. Constantine measures off exactly, right there, you can see it, 10 centimeters in height, which translated backwards to inches, because we normally do inches, and yeah, we normally do inches. Inches, you're looking at almost 4 inches, 3.9 inches to be exact. Yes, if you were lucky enough to go to Comic Book Day on Saturday, let me know down below. Comic Book Day was on May 4th, 2019, so it was actually a couple of days ago. Constantine was one of the exclusives available at Free Comic Book Day, along with some other cool collectibles and statues. This one is limited to 20,000 copies worldwide and was a previews exclusive. In all honesty, though, I don't really know what the original release would have had. Possibly, maybe it's the additional fire in his hands. I would have to go back and double check that. But needless to say, though, this is the Constantine that would have been on Free Comic Book Day. It's probably still available at your local comic book stores. If you go out and source them out, you may be able to still find this guy. Constantine is sporting his long trench coat, a pair of gray slacks, of course, his white shirt and trademark tie, and a pair of rather shiny shoes. In his hand, already discussed slightly, he does have the lighter in his one hand and a ball of fire in the other. Paint on this guy is generally pretty good. I did notice, however, he's got a little bit of goopy paint right in the top corner of his forehead, which carries a little bit over, sadly, into his hair. Other than that, trademark things are there for Funko Pop, so things such as, for example, his big black eyes are very presently peeping back at us. Of course, he has also eyebrows. In this case, he's got a nose, and he's got himself a beard. Now, I'm a little off the charts when it comes to tracking Funko Pops. Don't frequently pick up Funko Pops too much, but I think Funko Pops don't generally have noses, do they? This one I can't help but notice has a nose to it. It does have some posability. The head rotates all the way around, and that's really all you're going to be getting from it. Some things I really do like, I must admit, about this Funko Pop is the fact he's got that little tie that's kind of blowing out as opposed to draping straight on his chest. Kind of gives an opportunity Funko to add a little bit of extra plastic as opposed to sort of just cheaply going through the courses, running the gambits at least of just painting on the tie. At the very least, you can give them credit for the fact that the tie does stick out from the rest of the shirt, from the rest of the jacket. I also like the fact that the jacket does billow out. It does spread out almost as if the wind, like I said, is catching it and blowing it along the way. Now, the neat thing about it is not only is the flame from the lighter translucent orange plastic, but also the fireball. A little harder to make it out, granted, yes, if I run my hand behind it, but this is also made up of a translucent plastic. There is no posability, like I said, other than just the head being something that can swivel back and forth, and in theory you could rotate it all the way around, although I don't think Constantine would appreciate having his neck snapped by rotating the head all the way around. Other than that, he doesn't really have any sort of posability, sort of a staction figure. At the very least, crediting Funko, I like the fact that they did, first of all, widen his stance, and for the fact that they also brought the leg forward as opposed to just giving him a straight museum posing, which is often at times just straight legs, straight arms. I will give them credit, though, like I said, for the fact that they do have the leg facing forward. So well done, Funko. Well done. Again, if you guys are interested in picking this one up for yourself, it is exclusive to Comic Book Day. So basically, as soon as those 20,000 copies worldwide sell out, Constantine is as good as gone. Now, you know I'm not a big fan of the Funko Pops. Occasionally there are Funkos that I will want to pick up, specific characters that I know and I quite enjoy. I may be inclined, get that little bit of a nudge, and be inclined to want to pick that one up in a Funko Pop. Constantine has an appeal to him. I always really kind of liked the character, and for the fact that this was a free Comic Book Day previews exclusive, sort of was also the nudge and convinced me to want to pick this one up for myself. At limited only to 20,000 copies, which does seem high, but then when you think about it, how many people and how many collectors out there are collecting Funko Pops, 20,000 could go pretty fast. So if you guys are interested in picking this one up for yourself, the best advice I would give you is find your local comic book store in your area. If you can't find a local comic book shop in your area, you can go to www.comicshoplocator.com, put in either your zip code or your postal code. Here in Canada, we would use postal codes, and you should be able to find a comic book shop in your area. I say that also as having dealt with that same conflicting problem of where there was a comic book shop in my area. I actually used that website myself. I put in the essentials, the postal code that is, and I was able to find the comic book shop that I still go to this day. It's several years later and I'm still going to the same comic book shop. If you guys are interested, I know frequently you guys ask me, which comic book shop do I actually go to? You know what? I'll put the address down below. It's Comic Warehouse and it's located in Mississauga, Ontario. While you're also at it, if you guys wanted to shop at the Comic Warehouse, you can use the coupon code SPOTSAVE10. Save yourself 10% off. It's the least I could do. And it's the least that Comic Warehouse could do. So if you guys are interested in checking out the Comic Warehouse in Mississauga, Ontario, SPOTSAVE10. Save 10%. Not bad. Not bad at all. You can pick up Constantine if it's still available, along with some of the other cool Comic Book Day, free Comic Book Day collectibles. Now, the comics may be free. These collectibles obviously will not be free. I have to disclose that, just in case somebody was thinking this one's not free. It's the comic book. It's the Comic Book Days that comics themselves are free. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned, because we're going to have some more videos coming your way. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that little subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.